Guess what time it is? It is time to discuss my bath hygiene routine tips. And these particular tips that I'm about to share with you all in regards to any hygiene routine, we're going to discuss how you can take the most relaxing bath, and I'm going to give you some affordable options. So, what got me thinking about this is just the fact that, and don't take this the wrong way, now let me explain. My current facility that I live in here does not have a bathtub. So the only thing I'm working with right now is a shower. Can't wait to have the shower and the bath in one. So because of that, I've not taken a bath in years unless I was vacationing. It's just always been showers for the last 3 to 4 years. So I am pulling from well over 10 years of when I used to take baths consistently because it was the other way around. I was team bath, now I'm team shower. But that baths are good. So the first thing you want to do as part of your bath routine, these tips I'm sharing, bath hygiene routine, you want to first set aside some products for a relaxing bath. So first thing that came to mind putting this together was Dr. Teal's sleep bath. I have a review of this already on my channel. Absolutely adore it. And then you also, Dr. Teal's has a melatonin, something that I believe is naturally derived in the foods we eat. I literally just found out chickpeas contain a level of melatonin. So you can bathe with it, you can eat it. Helps regulate sleep. They have a whole collection for this, Dr. Teal's, the melatonin specifically, not to be confused with the lavender. So just putting that out there. And makes me think about Dr. Teal's sleep spray. The label here has seen better days because some of the ink and packaging is beginning to, I mean, almost immediately. Get your products in order. So a sleep bath, a bubble bath. I think they do have a bubble bath, or this could double as a bubble bath. It says it on the packaging. What I used to use back in the day is your standard body wash. So I would use Caress whenever I could afford it. Now I keep it stocked much as I can because it's a staple. And then you want to go in with whatever your favorite body washes are. So I would head in with that and get my body products together and prepare for the entire experience, because when you get into your bath hygiene routine, you want to do putting a bath together. Drawing a bath is so much more different than a shower, because you can just jump in the shower and it's something quick. Sorry, I just saw my stuff shake. It's so much, it's a process. Next thing you want to do as part of your bath hygiene routine, you want to choose something. Now, not only do you want to choose what you're going to bathe with, this is where body washes come in handy, bubble baths. Dollar Tree has a lot, but if you're like myself where you've been on the spectrum where you started out bathing with the more affordable products and now you're working with your way up to something that is of quality, especially nowadays, people are a whole lot more concerned, amongst myself as well, as to what chemicals, what's really going into these products. because I'm on the sensitive skin team, and you want to definitely want to make sure that whatever you're using on your skin, you're not having to worry about calling a dermatologist doc later, trying to apply a salve, trying to apply an ointment. You gotta be careful. So now, something I brought up months ago in a Dollar Tree hygiene shopping vlog. I gotta mention it because I'm tying this all together. And I'm gonna use these two products as demonstrations: the Dr. Teal Sleep Bath, as well as Caress Shea Butter and Brown Sugar. All of what you bathe with is not created the same. So let me explain. Here, there are bubble baths. So, and I'm sharing with you all, my mistakes are lessons for you all. I have used bubble baths when I didn't have anything else as a to bathe with, to shower with even. It's back, especially back in my OG days. There's a reason why a bubble bath will not give you the same level, the same thick, luscious, creamy aroma of lather as something such as Caress, which is also affordable because of the formulations. It's different. So just be mindful. If you want to soak and not really, you can still get yourself clean with a bubble bath. It's just that bubble baths are designed for you to just draw a bath and then soak. So just want to put that out there. And I believe what I'll do is I'll just have a dedicated video to explain the different types. So next thing you want to do for the hygiene bath routine. Before I graduated to shower loofahs, which I always give a friendly reminder, warning, if you will, max 2 weeks. After that, you will be playing a very dangerous game with bacteria. And you might as well get some fingerless gloves. I got some. I'm thinking about running to go get them. That's the kind of game you're going to be playing with bacteria. I don't suggest it. That opens you up to rashes and potentially and anything else. And yeah, you don't want that. What I consider what's the best for a bath hygiene routine, to take a bath solely, get yourself a nice plush washcloth. Now, I've heard the opposite, to get a nice rough washcloth so that we can really get in there and clean, but you got to be careful about that. I'll put it on my community tab. You don't want to get in those sensitive areas and get this scrubbing excessively, because no. Get yourself a really nice plush washcloth. So at the time that I was team bath, taking baths only, washcloths was all I had. They were a part of the way plush, but for the most part, washcloths get the job done. Now the next thing you want to do is part of your bath hygiene routine. Essentially, you want to get into setting the mood. I'm not talking about funny business. Let me explain. Set the mood. Now, I've kind of touched on this just a wee bit in terms of how to shower when it's cold, so you can still stay clean, but then don't catch cold. Don't risk that. This is a different level of it. So if you're solely a bath person, or maybe you want to alternate, set the mood. Here's how you do it. Those bathroom mats that you put on the floor to be decorative, and you change the color schemes of your home decor for your bathroom. I'm one of them people. And I'm overdue for that. Essentially, put those in the dryer well before you plan to take your bath. What that's going to do for you is, as soon as you take that out of the dryer, let it run for maybe a good 20 minutes. Put that back on the floor It's going to create a nice, warm, cozy feeling on your feet. So that way, in case you enter the bathroom to take your bath with no socks on, your feet will hit that bath mat, okay? And you won't have to worry about, especially at a time like this in the winter season, then you'll step on something warm. Do that to all your bath mats in the exact bathroom in which you plan to take the bath. The next thing, when you get ready to run your water for the bath, adjust that temperature to what you know is comfortable for you. Personally, me, I don't like super hot. It's just hot enough for me with a little sprinkle of cold. That way it's not lukewarm, but then it's not scorching hot. No, because the last thing we need is for it to be hot. And then you can't stand, y'all know what I'm talking about. For those that know, y'all team bath or you take occasional baths, to dip your toe in the water and to rum. and you got to ease your foot in there, and you done all this work, and then at the same time your bath water that you done put together and adjusted the temperature and run it and put the plug in there at the bottom, and it's making the water cold again. So just make sure you have those two things in place. Put the bathroom mats in the dryer prior to, about a good 20 minutes. Then put it on the floor, back on the floor, so you can step on something warm. Also, when you enter the bathroom, this especially goes for the winter time, wear socks. I mean, yeah. Mission accomplished. I did not fall. Wear good socks on top of putting your bath mat in the dryer to get it just warm enough. That's another thing essentially that you want to do. Next thing. Ooh, I feel like I've been doing a whole lot. Now, when it comes to the actual stepping into the bathtub, I kind of touched on this just a little bit. You want to make sure that you're stepping in 1 foot, 1 leg at a time, and then ease yourself down into the bath water. Don't do dive. This ain't Soldier Boy. No, don't do that. Please don't. For the love of, please, for the love of all things holy, don't do that. Ease yourself into the water, especially if you like it just hot enough with a little sprinkle of cold. Yeah. Then what you do, because this is a whole lot different than when I just spoke about the other day, my shower routine structure. Bath structure is a little different because you're sitting in the water versus letting the water run down on you. Ease yourself in there. Get relaxed. I like playing gospel music, or maybe there's a podcast or something like that. Or maybe you just like music that is instrumental. And just relax and soak. The next thing you want to do, if you haven't done so already, what I personally like to do back in the day and still like to, while you're running that water and adjusting the temperature, because I mean, it makes it so much easier. It looks messy, but essentially it works. So I'm sharing a bath hygiene routine hack. Pretend that my hand here is a faucet, and this is the spigot here, right here. I almost was going to pour out some product. This is the spigot of the faucet of the bath. What I always do, I squeeze out the product, whether it's body wash, sleep bath, directly onto the faucet, directly in front of the opening where the water is already coming out. What that's going to do for you is two things. Going to be killing two birds, one stone. when you do that and you take and pour whatever you're bathing with directly over the faucet opening of where that water's flowing out while you're waiting for it to fill up to a certain level, what it's going to do, as the body wash drips down the faucet opening and into the water that's already running, it's going to create bubbles, fragrant bubbles of whatever you're pouring directly over that faucet opening. And so by the time you get in there, you've created a bubble bath, even if this is not a bubble bath that you're using. Caress is not bubble bath, but if you know what you're doing, use that faucet trick. If you know what you're doing, if you pick up something like this, and I'm sharing it with you all because why keep it to myself, it creates a bubble bath for you. The opening of that faucet and the water steady flowing, then pour it directly on top of that faucet. Of course, make sure the bath faucet is clean before you do all this. And then as it drips down, the product drips down into the water flow, and then there's bubbles, fragrant. I love doing that because then while you're getting everything else ready, while you're putting your socks on, hopefully by then you've already put your bath mat in the dryer for a good 20 minutes. By the time you step in there, it smells like the whole body wash that you've poured directly above that faucet opening with the water running at the same time. It's a way of making your whole bathroom smell good and creating an extra layer of relaxation for you. Yeah. One good reason why I miss baths. Now, I'm not a person that will light candles. I just like to create that experience and make sure everything's warm. The bath mats in the dryer for 20 minutes. Make sure I'm wearing socks, and if I didn't do if I was not able to do the bath mat in the dryer for 20 minutes, I'm wearing socks going in. And then once you drive and take your bath, socks going out, Bible says, blessed going in, blessed coming out, just, yeah, nice little parallel biblical joke there. Plus, it keeps your feet warm. It's something about when you get your feet cold and wet having to do with anything, but especially, getting in the bathtub or shower, getting in or out for either of those, it makes the rest of your body feel cold, especially in the winter season. Now, after you've done all that, you start with a washcloth. You go to your target areas. What I would do in that case, since you're sitting in the water, as far as feminine hygiene, I'm trying to think of what I've done back in the day. Do that first. Still do that first. But make sure you stand up in the tub and handle your nether regions. Okay? Do it that way. And then maybe run some water if you have a shower also interlinked within your bathtub, and rinse that nether region. Then ease yourself back into the bathtub and finish washing everything else from head to toe. And essentially still follow the same structure of a shower routine like what I've shared on my channel just the other day. But just, it's a bath. Same thing, it's just a bath. I structure my shower routines exactly how they structure fragrance notes. Base notes, middle notes, and top notes. Base notes are what you bathe with, feminine hygiene. I can't believe I forgot to include that in there, but it is a part of it. Then after you get out of the bathtub, moisturizing your skin. Then fragrance or perfume oils. It's essentially the same thing. It's just my bath routine. Now, when I got into also Veet, that's also where I discovered Veet in my OG days. It's a staple too. hair removal creams. They also call them hair depilatory creams. What I do for those, I get them covered over my legs first and then wait a couple minutes for them and then start using that bath water. At whole time I'm standing. There's no way that this can be done with you sitting in the water. It wouldn't make sense, because essentially you'd be washing off the product, trying to wait for it to remove hair, and you're sitting in a tub of water. That's going to defeat the purpose, because it's you sitting in the water and you waiting for this to break down your hair follicles, which is essentially what a hair depilatory hair remover cream does. It's not going to work. Stand up, put on your legs, and use the remaining bath water to do it that way. Use a separate washcloth, and then wipe whatever hair it is, and make sure you are, while I'm thinking about it, make sure you have a bath drainer. I'm not sure what those are called, and put over your drain, so that way, especially with you removing hair, so that it does not go down the drain and clog anything, put one of those bath drainers that are specifically made to catch the hair. You can also get that for your shower as well, and then that way you're still removing hair and rinsing it off, but then you're essentially not causing another problem, having to call the plumber. Don't do that. Get some kind of clean drain clogger. I'm not sure of the name, but it will really help, especially if you're using hair remover and body care products such as Veet or Nair. That, ladies and gentlemen, that I have shared my bath hygiene routine from my OG days, and I promise you, the next place that I live in, in Phace, it's going to have 2-in-1 combos: the shower and the bathtub. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you all next time. Toodaloo.